Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumeshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to this Yog Vashisht Knowledge Group Study Group evening session. Today we are on 16th session. So रोज की तरह हम लोग 3 बार ओमकार का उच्चारण करके आज के सत्र की हम लोग शुरुआत करते हैं. So let us all close our eyes. अपनी आंखें बंद कर लें. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and let go. For Omkar chanting, breathe in. Let us invoke the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन करें. आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः Let us pray to the divinity, towards the master. अपने गुरु वंदना करते हैं. गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर् साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. गुरु से प्रार्थना करें. Whatever the words come out of our mouth, whatever we speak, whatever actions that we do, whatever thought comes in our mind, whatever we discriminate through viveka, buddhi, intellect, whatever the impressions that are created within our smriti, memory, if at all there is a presence of that I, ego, ahankar, let thy be with an inspiration from the master. यह सारा गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना करें. Let us feel the presence of the master within and outside. Let us feel the presence of divinity within and outside. And with a gentle smile on your face, you may Open your eyes. एक हल्की सी मुस्कान के साथ अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. Jai Gurudev, welcome everybody. So this amazing journey is continuing even today. We are into third chapter, Utpatti Prakaran, the creation of this universe. The subject, which is something which is very curious to many of us. Those who are walking on this path, those who are walking on the path of science, even for them also, it's a very, very curious subject. What about this existence? How we have come on this planet? What has happened? What is the purpose of my life? Who am I? All this curiosity are continuous in nature. So what we are doing here, the way we are experiencing these things, going through these things, studying these things, is that we are watching a science documentary, which is prepared by all the top-notch scientists, doctors, psychiatrists, physicians, mathematicians, and now they are unfolding many things which they are discovering now. And exactly the same thing have been said by all the Rishimunis through their own experience. They have expressed these things many thousands of years back. So now we are going and unfolding, and we are trying to see how this science actually finds its root into the spirituality. So they go hand in hand. There is a fundamental difference that we see within science and within spirituality, at least from the pure science perspective I'm talking, is that science says that let me prove it first, then I'm going to believe it. In spirituality, Adhyatma mein hum log karte, let me believe it and then it will get unfolded, just because there is an understanding that is established in Adhyatma that it is beyond the capacity of us to know everything. So how we can discard something which is not proven today? I got to go and have faith in that also. Have faith in that also, which it is unknown to me right now. But as there is a progress that has happened in science in the field of quantum mechanics, quantum physics, string theory, all these research that has been done, now even scientists are shaking hands with spirituality that there is something beyond the capacity of our knowing, and it does exist. We cannot explain it in words, we explain it through logic, but we can definitely feel that. We can उसका अनुभव हम लोग जरूर कर सकते हैं. This is even the now science have started accepting, acknowledging through a research carried out in quantum. So just to understand that, we are now watching a movie, and also we are going through few pages of Yoga Vasishtha and trying to correlate this to knowledge together. So it's a very amazing journey that we are going through. So now let us see what is it that we have seen in today's movie, that 20 minutes of portion. So we saw that there is this woman called Amanda. She is a photographer, and now she is going through ups and down, or different emotions in her life, and then she is also getting some inputs from some other people. Her friend gives her that beautiful gift, which makes her feel very uplifted, because that friend believes in her capabilities, which over a period of time she seems to be lost faith into. She revived that faith. No, you are such a good photographer. Look, I have got you this present. And she tests a couple of good photographs of Amanda, gives it to her, and left leave all the other places blank for the upcoming photographs which she is going to take. So see this, how just a presence of a good friend, how the presence, this is what is referred here as a sadhu sang. No, the company of the good people, how it can uplift you in life. So this is a very best example of that, which we can correlate between what we saw and what is really understood from Yoga Vasishtha. Moksha ke char dwarpal. In that it is said that it is sadhu sangati is very important in life. No? The company of good people is very important in life. So then the movie continues that her Boss calls up, and then the boss seems to be observing something attracting, and the moment she steps in, then he says, "Oh, I was just watching something," and then say, "You are the one of the best technical photographer that I have here, but look, you are not interested in doing taking of this assignment, that assignment, that assignment. You are not showing interest in anything. Let me send you to a wedding ceremony where you can go and take a couple of very good pictures." That is what the boss gives her assignment, and then she happens to go to this wedding ceremony. Now we see that there are multiple things that has been explained in this process here. They are saying that this even just one small fantasy, so it could be related to any of our sense objects, no, जिसको यहाँ पे विषय भी बोला गया है योग शिष्ट में, any of our sense object. Now it could be sense of touch, it could be sense of your taste, it could be sense of your hearing and all these things. So they say that you need not actually have anything in front of you to make that happen. Suppose you happen to see some particular picture, and that is creating some emotions within you, some things arise. So where what is happening, is it because that is happening that outside thing, or is it something that has triggered something within you which is making you feel that particular experience? Well, the brain does not understand any difference between these two. It's the same neuron, it's the same chemical reaction that happens within your body, irrespective of whether the signals are actually coming from outside, sensed via your sense objects, through receptors they are passed to your brain, through your nervous system, via your chemical fluid, that is called as that neurofluid. Irrespective of all that, it's the same thing that generates the response, and then it is processed in your brain, and the brain puts the response to your thing, and that is how your motor neurons that they carry that your spinal fluid, and it carries that response, and then you tend to react. So they're giving that example here that one thought is good enough to have an erection for a man. If you just think in a mind about something, and that just one thought is good enough for him to get an erection. So it says that this is applicable to everything. It is just that one gulab jamun, just thinking about that gulab jamun can actually create that same response within your body. It is the same thought about your loved one, and you feel so joyful within. That's the reason it said that that joy is actually not somewhere outside. It tend to give, because something that you experience within, you try to correlate that thing to outside. That is the reason we say the joy is there outside, but here now scientists are acknowledging it, that the actual emotions, the actual things are actually within, and we are just re-experiencing that. Now there also they bring in the concept of what is God here. So in many religions, there is a very funny concept of God. If you listen to Patanjali Yoga Sutras, there is a one full CD, one full session Gurudev has taken on what is divinity, what is God. And there also Gurudev explains that there are very funny concepts about God in many religions. All the religions, there is something or the other thing they are just put across. So now the scientists are discovering this and pointing towards it. And they are saying that, look, God is not there. God is not something sitting here and waiting for you to do mistakes and waiting for you to do some bad things, and he's going to punish you. How is that possible? Something which is so divine, something which is so bigger, something which is so present, omnipresence of it. It is not just sitting there and waiting for you to punish. No? God is not that. No? So here Gurudev also explains what is God. So Gurudev explains it is that Purusha. It is that being which is free from certain things. No? It is free from sorrow. It is free from that extreme harsha. It is free from this vyadis. It is free from multiple aspects. It's free from the foolishness. It is free from there are multiple aspects of this God. That Purusha, that being, which is divide of all these things, is almost near to God. Nar kare so karni, nar ka Narayan ho jaye. There is a saying like this. If you walk on that path, you attain divinity. You invoke, attain, or you invoke that divinity which is already there. That Narayana which is already there, sitting within you. No, just wake, ready to be awakened. No, because that is a very beautiful story also that goes behind that. Once this divinity Narayana, he gets so many people keeps praying him, so many people keeps calling him, and he gets fed up and no, I am not. They are not even allowing me to even sit and rest for time. Where should I go? So he goes to one saint and asks, look, I am. It's happening like this. That saint tells him, let me tell you one secret. You go and sit within the heart of a man or woman. It's not gender specific. So you go there and sit there. It is the man who is all attracted towards outside this Vishaya or this thing, Drishya Jagat. He never goes within. You go and sit there. So that is how it is said that the Narayana is sleeping in that position, Shaya. So he's just resting there, just resting. The moment you just go within, he is ready to be awakened. He's already there. So that divinity is already there within you. Just a matter of you awakening that divinity. And that is what we do now. The moment we come here, we pray and we avaharam. We invoke the divinity within and we pray. Let our all the other existence levels or the other things, let that also be inspired by that Guru Tattva, by that divinity. It is not different, it's same. It's a synonym to each other. Same Guru Tattva which is there. Let us invoke that. Now let us pray to it and let us do prarthana. Let's pray that let my other levels of existence also be inspired by you. Be inspired to walk on the path which is shown by you, which is that. So that is what the prayer that. So it's something you said, something is bigger than even the mustard, a small little tiny mustard seed. But this it itself has its own Brahman, itself has its own universe. So how can that, such a thing, such a vast thing, how can that be bound by such small, small concepts that we see in multiple religions? So it's beyond that. How can one betray that divinity? No one can betray. With your small, small mistakes here and there, divinity is not going to get betrayed. So that even the concept of this doing good things, bad thing, pop, and then all these things that also comes here. It is being said that it's not like that. But there is the importance of your that also from one another viewpoint. The moment you change your viewpoint, you get to say another reality. You are seeing a different reality. So all these opinions and thoughts and things have its own place, and we can, depending upon the context, we can keep on using it. So these are just the another source of information. We can convert that into knowledge when we implement that in our life. Now, if we see the movie again, they explain something called as this negative emotions. So now they are explaining here that look, this body is there. This body is made up of all these amino fatty acids and bones and all those tissues and cells, etc. And the blood is flowing through it. So there is a lot of halos, empty space. No, and there is also a nervous system which through your spinal cord, all these things get connected to your brain, and there is also a vagus nerve that's connected through all these things. All your external senses called as receptors keep on receiving the information, pass it through your brain process it, and then sends back the signal in the form of response, and we act on it. So there they are explaining that every emotions inside within us. This is very interesting and curious. And if you'd like to know more details about it, definitely do the wellness program. Sangeeta ji will agree to me. Sangeeta ji is just doing this wellness program. She is just on 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. She will also go in detail through this, what I'm talking here. So there is something called as every your emotion corresponding to things, something called as peptides. No? Peptides are basically the combined proteins that come together forms the peptide. So every emotion is nothing but within your brain is just a chemical. So every emotions have a corresponding chemical there, and when those chemicals are invoked, say those kind of neurons fires, and then we happen to experience that emotion. So what they say now, it's so beautiful. See, what is this chemical formation itself is known as संस्कारा, है ना, और स्पिरिचुअल अध्यात्म में इसको बोलते हैं, तो इसको ही बोलते हैं संस्कारा। अरे बोलते हैं कि ये ऐसा क्यों रिएक्ट करता है, तो इट्स सेड दैट उसके संस्कारा ही ऐसे है ना, he has been brought up like that, the continuously for over a period of time he has been behaving like this, he has been reacting like this to this kind of situation. And here now science is acknowledging this fact, what we are referring to as the sanskara. Here now they are saying that these are the impressions which are formed within your brain in the form of a chemical, and every emotion is corresponding to something called as neuropeptides. So your emotion of anger is associated with one form of a chemical, your emotions of your arousal is associated with another form of a chemical, your emotions of attachment is associated with them. So these are all the things that is explained even scientifically now. Now they have started discovering these things, and they have now started looking from a spiritual aspect also towards it. So they say that if you at all see that you are not able to control your emotions, here we say no, we want to control our emotions, but here the science is telling us if you are trying to control your emotions and you are not able to control, so you are aware that, oh, I don't want to get angry, but suddenly you still react in the same way. No, these are all called patterns. No, this is what are created through impression over a prolonged time within you, and you already formed that chemical. If the same thing happens, you automatically, automatic nervous system is there, you automatically tend to respond in a way. So it is very important for us to understand that we are not able to control our emotions. It is just because it has been there formulated, with the kind of chemicals are formulated, and now we want to reverse that. It takes some time. It's not going to happen overnight. Not just like that. It will take some time for you to be aware, create new impression. इसी को यहाँ पे पुरुषार्थ बोला गया है. In this present moment, whatever the purusharth that you do, in this moment, whatever the impression that you create through your vichar, through your thoughts, through your थिंग्स, आई थिंक टू वरी निरंजना जी, इस सभी चीजों को हम लोग हिंदी में भी रिकवर करने वाले हैं, तो कोई बात नहीं. राइट नाउ द टाइम इज टू एक्सप्लेन इट इन इंग्लिश. So all these things creates that thing, that sampra, and if you want to break that old impressions, what we call that the sanchit karma and all that, then you have to got to do your current purushartha, you got to do your current 100% and keep on walking on that again and again and again. Remind yourself, this is it, this is it, this is it, no? And then over a period of time it will form the new chemicals within your body, new chemicals within your brain, and it will start creating the new chemicals for the new emotions that we are trying to create. The emotion of a happiness, the emotion of a contentment, no, all those moksha ke jar dwarpal and this purushartha dharma artha kama moksha. How do we inculcate this? How do we inculcate that this entire things that is just drishya jagat, whatever the visible thing is just a maya, it's just illusion. How do we bring that to happen? No, it is so imbibed about over a period of time. We have been telling all our entire system that this is what is perceived thing is truth, truth, truth. Now suddenly if we say, oh, this is not truth, not going to work. It will take some time for us to practice it daily, daily, daily. Keep on applying that knowledge, no, every single day, then it will happen. So see, they say that if you have such prolonged negative emotions within you, it affects your mind, it affects your body, and then it starts showing up. This obesity, this vyadhis, what we experience as illness in our body, hair fall, rashes on the skin, all these symptoms. There is some pain and head and headache and migraine. It starts showing to you in symptoms. Outside, it starts showing you that something is there within, which has been over a period of time has found to be stick to negative emotions. So let's see how beautiful it is. It is not just to be discussed something in the air. No, in your day-to-day routine, you can apply this knowledge to keep yourself happy, healthy, all these things. Now, even on the mind, keep your mind calm. So it's very, very important. That is what we saw today. Very nice. Wonderful. That is the takeaway from the movie today. Now let us see how this is correlated to Yoga Vashishta and what Yoga Vashishta tells us about it. No, so here Vashishta is telling to Rama that, look, Rama, I am telling you now something which will shake you from your foundation of this understanding itself will be broken. No, till this time you have been perceiving this whole outside world as a real one. I am telling you it is not the real. No? This is the unreal world. And Yogoshita further continues that all the wise one, all the realized souls, they have perceived this and named this thing as a different. Jagala dilele vivid upama. No, they have given an analogies. This is the outside world. No, so some jnani, some wise men call this as avidya. The one which is going to get diminished, nashta hona hai, the one which is going to get diminished, no, vanished, no, it's called as avidya. Then susansriti sansaran, no, the one which push you to pass on from one birth to another birth, one birth to another birth, no, that is called as that susanskriti sansaran. Then it is also been said that this entire world is a mithya, it's a maya. It's just an illusion. This world is a maya. So these are something else. It's also called. It's just thing that that happens. It's just a Brahma. It's just illusion in your mind. So that's the reason it's called moha, the entanglement, attachment. It is also called as that you cannot cross the one which beyond crossing. It's called mahat. Something which is infinite in nature. Mahat. Isko mahat. Gurudev also talks about this. No? Isliye the one who is realized soul and the one who is established this knowledge of Mahat is also called as Mahatma. They're referred as Mahatma, the one who, the Atma which has understood this realization of this Mahat is called Mahatma. So then it is also said that this actually takes away from the real one, which is nothing. All these things what we see, and then we start associating something with it, so it is taking you away from the reality. That is also, it is called as tama. Tama means andhaka, the one which is takes you away from the prakasha, like gyan. So gyan, that is also called as tama. And now as this keeps you entangled into this cycle, vicious cycle of janma mrityu, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, it is also called as bandha. Bandha means the bondage. So now Vishtamuni is explaining that, look, these are all the wise people who have started understood these things, and now they have started describing this entire universe as all this avidya, susaskriti, mithya, brahma, bandha, tama, mahat, all these things. All that. This drishya jagat is just a mithya. Whatever you feel that you are there, I am there, or everything that we perceive is nothing but just an illusion. So he is now trying to explain then why people are not really able to get out of it. What could be the reason? Vashishta Muni explains to Rama, look Rama, until this outside world exists, until you keep on through all your Vishaya means all these five senses, keeps on going towards outward things, till that point of time it is very, very, very difficult, almost next to impossible to get rid of this. That understanding, establish this understanding of this is all mithya, this is all illusion. Until you are there, it becomes the bandhan for you, and then you keep on getting stuck into the outside world. Outside world people, outside situation, outside objects, and you just found to be stuck in that. That's the reason you are not able to come out of it. Then he further explains that, see, now just by looking or reading something here and there and saying na idam, neti, what we spoke about yesterday, just by doing all these things, it's not going to help you. Oh, usko ghokna bolte, just through words, if you do this, it's not going to help you. No, it is that your And then if you're doing like this, and then you keep on doing all the japas and tirtha yatras and whatever the other techniques that you do, until you do a proper understanding and proper thinking about it, until you have that Guru Krupa, that righteous path to be shown to you, it's not going to help you to drop all this mithya jagat. So this is said in even the Vedanta, the Siddhanta, it is said, told that no, this divinity is one. So very nice. So that was the English translation of today's thing, what we perceived or what we read, learned, understood from the movie, and what we understood from the Yoga Vasishtha today. So now let us see the Hindi translation. इसका भी थोड़ा हिंदी में भी अनुवाद देख लेते हैं और फिर जरूर आपसे बात करेंगे. I would like to take few questions from English and then we can continue with Hindi. What do you all say? क्या बोलते हैं आप लोग? थोड़े इंग्लिश के प्रश्न या थोड़ा इंग्लिश का भी ओपिनियन ले लेते हैं, फिर हम लोग थोड़ा हिंदी में लेंगे और हिंदी का भी लेंगे. So we have Usha ji here with us. Usha ji, would you like to say a few words and would you like to say something? If you have any question, we can take up things in English and then we'll continue with Hindi.
I probably have a lot of questions, but too many. But I just wanted to express my gratitude for all this valuable knowledge. It really is, you are stating it so clearly that I can, understand. I just find the quantum physics fascinating and how they are applying to our scripture. I just can't say thank you enough. I really love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usha ji. Are there any questions around this in English if you'd like to talk? If not, then we'll continue with Hindi. किसी को बात करना है अंग्रेजी में? Someone who actually doesn't understand Hindi at all. Yeah, so we'll continue it in Hindi translation. Yeah, okay, great. So अभी इसको थोड़ा हिंदी में हम लोग देख लेते हैं कि आज का जो अपना हमने देखा उस मूवी में हमें क्या सीखने को मिला, और फिर जो हमने योग शिष्ट में जो कुछ नॉलेज जो पढ़ा उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा जानकारी ले लेते हैं. तो यह पूरी कहानी चालू होते हैं अपने राम के वैराग्य से, फिर किस तरह से विश्वामित्र उनको कुछ कहानी सुनाते शुकदेव की, और किस तरह से फिर वशिष्ठ मुनि उन्हें ज्ञान देने का शुरू करते हैं, और फिर हम लोग उत्पत्ति प्रकरण जो है, जो विश्व का जो क्रिएशन है, इस संसार की उत्पत्ति कैसे हुई, उस प्रकरण में हम लोग आके पहुंच चुके हैं. तो कैसे जो अपना अध्यात्म और अपना विज्ञान कैसे दोनों एक साथ चलते हैं, और कैसे विज्ञान जो आज चीजें अभी समझ रहा है, थोड़ा थोड़ा डिस्कवर कर रहा है, कैसे अपने ऋषि मुनि ने ये ज्ञान जो अपना विज्ञान के परे सुपर सेट जिसको बोल सकते हैं, कैसे उस वक्त जान लिया था, कैसे उस वक्त उसको अनुभव किया था, और किस तरह उन्होंने हजारों सालों पहले उसको बताया था. तो ये बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल है, ये बहुत ही सही जर्नी है. तो हम लोग उस जर्नी से गुजर रहे हैं. तो पहले देख लेते कि आज जो 20 मिनट का हमने मूवी देखा, वहां पे हमने क्या सीखा, वहां से हमने क्या देखा. तो वहां पे हम देखते कि एक अमेंडा नाम की जो एक औरत है, जो कि प्रोफेशन से फोटोग्राफर है, और वो अपने लाइफ में जीवन में वो सुख दुख ऊपर नीचे उसके होते रहते हैं. अब सबकी जिंदगी में जैसे उसकी जिंदगी में इस तरह से चलता रहता है. तो उसका बॉस उसको एक दिन बुलाता है और उसको कुछ तो असाइनमेंट देता है कि जाओ, तुम वो वेडिंग सेरेमनी हो रहा है, तुम वहां पे जाओ और उसका शूटिंग करो. तुम यू आर द वन ऑफ द बेस्ट फोटोग्राफर, बहुत अच्छे आप फोटोग्राफर हो, मुझे रियली जरूरत है कुछ अच्छे फोटोज की, आप जाके वहां पे वो असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट करो. तो वहां पे वो जाती है, फिर अलग अलग चीजें देखती है, किस तरह से कोई लोग खाने में व्यस्त होते हैं, कोई लोग डांस करने में व्यस्त होते हैं, कई लोग म्यूजिक को इंटरेस्ट लेके सुनते हैं, कोई लोग किसी की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हुए दिखाई देते हैं, कोई लोग वहां पे गुस्सा करते हुए दिखाई देते हैं, कोई लोग तो अलग अलग प्रकार के अनुभव इमोशंस वहां पे वो देखती है. तो यहाँ पे फिर समझाते हैं, यहाँ पे साइंटिस्ट बताते हैं कि जो हम लोगों को ये बाहर से चीजें दिखती है, और जो अपने अंदर जो स्थित होते हैं, विचार जो आते हैं, तो बोलते हैं जो अपने मूवमेंट्स रिएक्शंस जो होते हैं अपने शरीर में, जो अपने ब्रेन होता है, वो ब्रेन में जो रिएक्शंस अलग अलग प्रकार के होते हैं, तो बोलते हैं वो सिग्नल बाहर से आए या जस्ट अपने मन के अंदर ही वो थॉट उत्पन्न हो जाए, वही सेम केमिकल्स एक्चुअली जनरेट होते हैं और वही केमिकल्स के द्वारा वही रिस्पॉन्स जनरेट होता है। और ये हमने देखा ना कि यदि आप वो चीज सामने दृश्य के रूप में देख रहे हो या उसके बारे में नींद में हो, स्वप्न देख रहे हो, फिर भी वो पसीना भी आ जाता है, फिर भी वो भूख लग जाती है, फिर भी वो कुछ स्पर्श से रिलेटेड, तो वही अराउजल हम लोग, वही फैंटेसी हम लोग फील करते हैं। इस तरह से यहाँ पे बताया गया है कि केमिकल्स जो अपने ब्रेन के अंदर स्थित होते हैं वो इमोशंस से करस्पॉन्डिंग उनका नाता होता है, और वही थॉट भी उसका अगर मन में आ गया तब भी वही केमिकल फायर होते, न्यूरॉन्स फायर होते हैं और उससे अपना रिएक्शन होता है। तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे बताया गया है कि जैसे कई बार हम लोग इस तरह के प्रश्न में उलझते हैं नो, हम लोग कहते हैं कि कैसे हम लोग अपनी गुस्से को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाते, कैसे हम लोग कुछ भी तो चीज होता है कैसे हम लोग बाद में तो हमको पछतावा आ जाता है लेकिन हम लोग उसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाते। कई लोगों का ये प्रॉब्लम होता है ना, कई लोगों को हमने ये बोलते हुए देखा है, देखो मेरे को सब पता तो है कि ये अच्छी चीज नहीं है इतना गुस्सा करना, लेकिन मैं गुस्सा हो जाती हूँ जी, मैं गुस्सा हो जाता हूँ, कैसे मुझे कंट्रोल करे, क्या मार्गदर्शन करे। इस तरह के प्रश्न अक्सर आते हुए दिखाई देते। तो यहाँ पे मेडिकल साइंस बहुत अच्छी तरह से इसको हमें समझा रहा है। तो कहते हैं कि जो अपने अंदर की जो भावनाएं होती है, हर एक भावनाओं के पीछे एक कुछ तो बोलते हैं उसको न्यूरोपेप्टाइड्स, उस तरह का एक केमिकल अपने इसमें तैयार होता है। यदि आपको इसको अच्छे से समझना है, डिटेल में समझना है, तो जरूर आप आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग का वेलनेस प्रोग्राम कर लेना। वेलनेस प्रोग्राम में ये सारी चीजें बड़ी विस्तार से, बड़े सुंदर तरीके से गुरुदेव ने हमें यहाँ पे समझाई है। तो इट्स अ वेरी गुड प्रोग्राम, इट्स वर्क। यदि आपको हेल्दी रहना है, अपने आप को ठीक से रखना है, अपने शरीर को और अपने को रखना, खुश रखना, तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू डू अ वेलनेस प्रोग्राम। There are many myths that we carry. Even if you are in art of living, you have been practicing all these things from many years. Even if you are a teacher, I'm telling you, I am a teacher. I just did recently wellness program. Also as well as I did the wellness TTP. मैं बताता हूँ आपको कि बहुत ही सुंदर अनुभव होता है। बहुत सारे अपने जो मिथ्स होते हैं वो टूटते हैं और अपने जीवन जीने का, इस जीवन के फुल जो उद्देश्य को हासिल करने के जो मार्ग है, उसमें यह वेलनेस प्रोग्राम जरूर जरूर आपको हेल्प करेगा टू कीप योर बॉडी वेरी हेल्दी एंड फिट एंड फाइन, एंड आल्सो कीप योर माइंड there is a good knowledge it is there। तो यहाँ पे भी अपने को मूवी में भी अपने को वही देखने को मिलता है कि हर एक अपने भावनाओं के पीछे एक न्यूरोपेप्टाइड करके एक केमिकल्स होते हैं, अलग अलग केमिकल्स। तो हर एक भावना के पीछे एक अलग टाइप का केमिकल जनरेट होके वहां पे वो रहता है, और जब भी वो सिग्नल्स उसको मिलते हैं इधर बाहर से, दृश्य जगत से जो आउटर वर्ल्ड है वहां से, या अपने मन से भी, जस्ट मन में भी उस प्रकार के थॉट आ गए या स्वप्न देख लिया, तो वही केमिकल्स आते हैं और ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम जो होती है अपने शरीर में, वो ऑटोमेटिकली वही प्रकार का रिस्पॉन्स रिलीज करती है। वही होता है कि जब कुछ वो चीजें आती है कि कोई तो बहुत परफेक्शन चाहता है और इम्परफेक्शन आता है तो उसको वो गुस्सा आ जाता है, तो वही होता है कि इम्परफेक्शन जैसे ही वो देखता है या मन में इम्परफेक्शन का थॉट भी आता है उसके मन में ना, तो वही केमिकल्स इन्वोक हो जाते हैं और वही रिस्पॉन्स वो ऑटोमेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम के थ्रू भेजते हैं, और फिर वो गुस्सा करने लगता है। और फिर हम लोग बाद में ताज्जुब करते कि अरे यार, खुद से क्या मैं गुस्सा कर रहा हूँ, मुझे तो नहीं करना चाहिए था, बाद में दुख होता है। बट वाई इट हैपन्स, इसके पीछे साइंस यहाँ पे हमें ये चीज बहुत अच्छी तरह से आज उन्होंने बताया। तो ऑल दोज रिसेप्टर्स कैसे दूसरे से जैसे रहते हैं, कैसे ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम के थ्रू वो ब्रेन तक जाता है, कैसे ब्रेन उसको प्रोसेस करके जो केमिकल्स इन्वोक होते हैं उनके थ्रू वही न्यूरॉन्स फायर होते हैं और वही एक्शन अपने आते हैं, देन मोटर सिस्टम टेक्स ओवर एंड देन वी टेंड टू रिएक्ट लाइक दैट, वी से सम फ्यू वर्ड्स और रिएक्ट समथिंग। नो, ये सारी चीजें यहाँ पे होती हुई दिखाई देती है। तो कहते हैं ऐसे नेगेटिव इमोशंस अगर प्रोलॉन्ग देर तक अपने आपके अंदर है ना, तो ये आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं है। नो, फिर वो दिखाई देता है, फिर थोड़ी देर के बाद वो अंदर ही अंदर आपके ऊपर प्रभाव डालता है, और उस प्रभाव से फिर आपको जो व्याधि होती है वो व्याधि होते हुए दिखाई देती है। तो फिर वो थोड़ा सा बाल जगना, ओबेसिटी आना, एंड देन स्किन के ऊपर रैशेस क्रिएट होना, अपने शरीर के अंदर माइग्रेन हेडेक होता है वो उत्पन्न होना, और अपना जो अलग अलग प्रकार के पेन एक्स होता है ना वो उत्पन्न होना, ये सारी चीजें बाद में आती है, क्योंकि पहले कुछ तो चल रहा है जो इन अ नॉट राइट डायरेक्शन में चल रहा है। तो ये संभालना हमें बहुत बहुत जरूरी होता है। ये हमने आज इस मूवी से देखना। उसके बाद में यहाँ पे मूवी में वो बात कर रहे थे, तो उन्होंने कैसे अलग अलग रिलीजन्स में कैसे भगवान ईश्वर के प्रति कैसे कैसे बुद्धा, जीसस, अल्लाह, शिव, नारायण अलग अलग नामों से उनको पुकारते हैं, और कैसे उनके प्रति कुछ कुछ कैसे मिथ्या जिसको बोलते हैं अलग अलग अपने कंसेप्ट बना के रखे थे। आप बोलते हैं कि गॉड क्या वो है क्या, गॉड के बैठा है क्या उस आप में कि आप मिस्टेक करो, छोटी छोटी मिस्टेक्स हो जाए वो आपको पनिश कर देगा इस तरह से। तो बोलते गॉड ऐसा नहीं है, वो नहीं है। और इसके बारे में सुंदर वर्णन यदि आपको पूरा डिटेल में सुनना है तो आप जरूर गुरुदेव का कमेंट्री पतंजलि योग सूत्र के सुने। वहां पूरा एक कमेंट्री ही, एक पूरा सीडी ही गुरुदेव ने व्हाट इज गॉड, ईश्वर क्या है, इसके बारे में कहा। तो वहां पे हमें पता लगता है कि जो ईश्वर है वो कोई बहुत ऐसा बाहर बैठा हुआ, स्वर्ग में बैठा हुआ कोई अलग से चीज नहीं है, वो आपके अंदर ही है स्थित। तो वहां पे वो कहानी भी बताते हैं कि एक बार अपने नारायण रहते हैं, वो जो अपने मनुष्य रहते कितना कंप्लेन करते रहते हैं, कितना ये करते थे, तो परेशान हो जाते हैं, एक संत के पास जाते हैं, कृपया मुझे इससे छुटकारा दो, ये मुझे छोड़ते ही नहीं कहीं पे भी, हर जगह पे जाते तो मुझे ही पकड़ते रहते हैं, मुझे ही तकलीफ देते हैं, कृपया मुझे बताओ कि मैं क्या करूँ। तो संत थोड़े ज्ञानी रहते थे, बोलते देखो उन्होंने तो जाना रहता है ह्यूमन माइंड को, तो बोलते देखो यू कैन डू वन थिंग, यू कैन गो एंड सिट, आप जाके ना उनके हृदय में वहां पे बस जाओ, उनके अंदर ही बस जाओ। तो बोलते वहां पे कहीं नहीं जाता है, हर वक्त वो इधर ही विषयों के पीछे भागते रहता है, बाहर बाहर, अपने अंदर कभी नहीं जाता है। तो वही करते हैं नारायण अपने, इसलिए बोलते हैं ना वो अंदर जाके अपने यहाँ पे वो वैसे शैया में आराम से लेटे हुए हैं, दैट पोजीशन इज जो ना जस्ट रेस्टिंग, बट वे जो सर दिखाते हैं इट इज द सिंबल ऑफ अवेयरनेस ना, वो रेस्ट भी कर रहे हैं बट ही इज अवेयर। तो जैसे ही आप अपने अंदर जाते हो इज देयर नो, सो अवेकनिंग द डिविनिटी विद इन, इस तरह से यहाँ पे कहा गया है कि अपने अंदर के डिविनिटी को, वही प्रार्थना हम लोग करते हैं ना सेशन शुरू होने से पहले, आवाहन करते हैं, अवेकनिंग द डिविनिटी विद इन, आवाहनम करते हैं ना, उनको आवाहन करते हैं, गुरु तत्व को आवाहन करते हैं। डिविनिटी, गुरु तत्व, सेल्फ, आत्मा, ये कोई अलग अलग नहीं है, इट्स द सिनोनिम, एक ही चीज है। वो गुरु तत्व को हम लोग वहां पे आवाहन करते, फिर गुरु जाग जाते हैं, आ जाते हैं अपने अंदर, तो उठ जाते हैं, जागृत हो जाते हैं, तो उनको वंदना कर लेते हैं। फिर वंदना के बाद प्रार्थना करते हैं कि देखो आपका अस्तित्व है मेरे अंदर, आप कृपया करके मेरे को ये मार्गदर्शन करो, जो मेरे मन में विचार आ रहे हैं, जो मेरे मन में बुद्धि जागृत होती है, जो विवेक होता है, मेरे मुख से जो शब्द निकलते हैं, वाणी निकलती है ना, मेरे अस्तित्व में जो आपके जो इम्प्रेशंस क्रिएट होते हैं, जो संस्कारा की भी बात बढ़िया यहाँ पे मूवी में भी बताई गई है, उसके बारे में भी हम लोग देखते हैं कि कैसे वो संस्कार और इम्प्रेशंस क्रिएट होते हैं, कैसे वो भी, और कुछ अहम का थोड़ा भाव बाकी है, तो अहंकार में ना जाए, तो उसमें ना फंसे, कॉम्प्लेक्स में न्यूनगंड भी नहीं, और आई एम समथिंग बहुत ग्रेट ऐसा भी नहीं, उसमें ना फंसे। इसलिए सारे जो अस्तित्व के जो सारे स्तर है वो आपकी प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना करते हैं अंदर और बाहर। फिर गुरुदेव का सानिध्य महसूस करते हुए हम लोग अपने किसी भी कार्य की शुरुआत करते हैं। सच ए ब्यूटीफुल स्टार्ट। कोई भी अपना कर्म करो, कुछ भी करो, जो भी करना है इस श्रद्धा के साथ, इस प्रार्थना के साथ करो। कैसे कोई हम लोग अपने से कोई भी दुष्कर्म पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, इट इज जस्ट नॉट पॉसिबल। हम लोग कोई दुष्कर्म कर ही नहीं सकते, अपने मुख से कोई ऐसे शब्द नहीं निकलेंगे किसी को अपने से दुख हो जाए, हर्ट हो जाए। हाँ, सच ए ब्यूटीफुल नॉलेज, बहुत ही बढ़िया यह इंसाइट हमें रहता है। और भी चीज यहाँ पे बदली जाती है कि जो अपने जो केमिकल्स की बात चली है और जो केमिकल्स फॉर्म हो जाते हैं, तो देखो अपने अध्यात्म के कितने कितने ब्यूटीफुली इसको इंप्रेशंस को संस्कारा कहा है। बोलते कि जिस तरह के इसके संसार है, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना दिस पर्सन इज बॉर्न एंड ब्रॉट अप लाइक दैट नो, इसलिए ऐसे रिया करता है नो। किस तरह से बताते हैं कि देखो कि तुम्हारे पर संस्कार ऐसे हुए हैं, इसलिए तुम ऐसे बिहेव करते हो, ना चाहते हुए भी तुम उस तरह से बिहेव करते हो। वो टाइम हो जाता है, वो तुमको चाहिए, वो टाइम हो जाता है, तुम्हें होता है, कोई ऐसी घटना घट जाती है, कोई सामने चेहरा आ जाता है, आप गुस्सा कर देते हो, कोई चेहरा आता है तो सडनली आपको एक अच्छा लगने लगता है। केमिकल्स फॉर्म हो गए, उसी को अपने अध्यात्म में संस्कार कहा गया है, कि बोलते ऐसे ही संस्कार ही हो गए। इनके ऊपर, इस तरह से ये लोग क्रिया करते। तो फिर इन संस्कार को तोड़े कैसे? तो फिर यहाँ पे सूत्र देते योग वशिष्ठ में, बोलते पुरुषार्थ। गुरुदेव भी इसके बारे में बताते कि अपना पुरुषार्थ करो, अपने इस क्षण में रह के अपना 100% करो, अपना 100% दो। तो बोलते ये जो बाकी के जो संस्कार है उनको भी तुम काट सकते हो, उनको भी तुम ध्यान के द्वारा वो जो इम्प्रेशन है उनको इरेज कर सकते हो। वो ये होता है नो इरेजर। हमने माध्यम से, गुरुदेव के माध्यम से ये विचार, ये ज्ञान, योग वशिष्ठ का ज्ञान, गुरुदेव का साथ, वो पराशक्ति से मिलने वाला डायरेक्ट सोर्स ऑफ नॉलेज, और अलग अलग जो टेक्निक्स, योगा, प्राणायाम, मेडिटेशन, इनसे ये सारे जो इम्प्रेशन है उनको हम लोग काट सकते हैं। और एट ऑल अगर नए बनते भी है तो वो भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही बने, ऐसी प्रार्थना भी हम लोग करते हैं। तो देन इट डजंट हैपन जस्ट लाइक दैट। यहाँ पे अगर देखते फॉर्म होते ना अपने ब्रेन में, इनको थोड़ा वाइप आउट करने में, चेंज करने में थोड़ा है, समय लगता है। तो दैट इज हमें इस मूवी से भी देखने को मिली। अब थोड़ा देख लेते कि योग इसके बारे में क्या कहते हैं। तो फिर जो हमने देखा कि जो वशिष्ठ मुनि पे ज्ञान देते हुए दिखाई देते हैं, रामचंद्र जी को बोलते कि ये जो दृश्य, जो बाहर का दृश्य है, यह तो मिथ्या है, ये तो सच नहीं है, अनरियल है। नो तो लेकिन ये भी बात बताते कि देखो, तुमको ये बता रहा हूँ, लेकिन तुम्हारे ऊपर तो काफी सारे संस्कार, देखो ये भी वही बोलती है और योग वशिष्ठ भी वही बोलता है, तुम्हारे ऊपर जो इतना प्रॉबेबली कई जन्मों से जो इतना कैरी फॉरवर्ड हुआ है, वो जो संस्कार हुआ है, ये तो ऐसा है, ये तो सच है। तो उसको तोड़ने में तुम्हें थोड़ा वक्त लगेगा। बट सो हाउ दैट पेशेंट, जब मैं ये बताऊंगा, जब मैं तुम्हें इससे वॉक थ्रू करेगा, वो भ्रम भी तुम्हारा टूट ही जाएगा, इसकी मैं वचन देता हूँ। इसका ग्वाही यहाँ पे वशिष्ठ मुनि रामचंद्र जी को देते हुए दिखाई देते हैं। तो बोलते हैं कि यह जो जगत है, जो दृश्य जगत है, जो मिथ्या है, उसको बोलते हैं जो ज्ञानी है, जो वाइस है, एनलाइटन सोल्स है, मास्टर्स है, उन्होंने इसको अलग अलग स्वरूप में देखा, अलग अलग नाम से इसको पुकारा। तो बोलते कि जो नष्ट होनारी, मतलब नष्ट होनारी मीन्स द वन विच इज गोइंग टू बी डिमिश्ड, द वन विच इज गोइंग टू बी वैनिश, जो जिसका नष्ट हो जाए, जो नाशीवंत है, तो इसलिए उसको बोला गया अविद्या, कहा गया इसको। देन बोलते हैं सुसंस्कृति संस्करण, जहाँ पे बोला गया मीन्स तो जो आपको एक जन्म से दूसरे जन्म से जन्म, उसको माया भी कहा गया है। माया माने मेजरेबल, गुरुदेव बोलते जो मेजरेबल है वो माया है। तो ये सारा जो दृश्य जगत है ये माया ही है, मिथ्या है। देन उसको बोलते हैं कि ये भ्रम में डालता है तुम्हें, है ना, इल्यूजन में फंसा देता है। इसको इसको मोह भी बोला गया। बोलते इसको पार करके जाना पॉसिबल नहीं होता है, तो इसीलिए इसको महत भी कहा गया है। एंड देन बोलते कि ये है तुम्हें, ये जन्म मृत्यु का जो विशेष दुष्ट चक्र है, इसमें फंसा देता है, इसलिए इसको ज्ञानियों ने बंद भी कहा है। तो बोलते यह जो दृश्य जगत दिखता है, यहाँ पे जो हम लोग तू, मैं, ये ऑब्जेक्ट, ये सब कुछ कहते हैं, तो बोलते यह दृश्य जगत सिर्फ एक मिथ्या है। लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी फिर इससे बाहर निकलना इतना कठिन क्यों लगता है लोगों को? तो वशिष्ठ मुनि उसका भी यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेनेशन देते हैं कि होता क्या है। बोलते हैं कि जो बाहर जैसे संस्कार तुम्हारे ऊपर हो गए हैं, और जो अपने साइंस भी इसको एक्नॉलेज आज कर रहा है, तो बोलते उसी की वजह से इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। उसकी वजह से तुम सडनली इस बात को जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मिथ्या है, यह इतने जल्दी पल्ले नहीं पड़ती, इतने जल्दी अपने अंदर उतरती नहीं है। इट इज गोइंग टू टेक लिटिल बिट ऑफ टाइम। तो बोलते ये, और बोलते और एक चीज है कि यदि तुम इस तरह का रट्टा मार रहे हो, नेति नेति नेति, न इदम न इदम न इदम, नो आई एम आत्मा, आई एम आत्मा, बोलते इससे भी कुछ नहीं होगा। यू रियली गॉट टू अंडरस्टैंड। बोलते जाके ये तीर्थ क्षेत्र पे घूम के और देश जपा करके, ये करके वो करके, नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प अनलेस, जब तक तुम इसको प्रॉपरली ठीक से देख के समझ के आपको अनुभव में नहीं लाते हो, तब तक ये तुम्हें बाकी की जो एक्सटर्नल चीजें जो कर्म कांड के रूप में दिखाई दे, ऐसे सिर्फ करते हुए तो उसमें ये होगा नहीं। तो द कंट्रेरी, इवन दो जो नॉर्मल रूटीन अपने होते हैं उसको ड्रॉप करने को भी नहीं बोला है, वो पुरुषार्थ के रूप में आपको करना चाहिए और करते रहना चाहिए, वो भी वहां पे हमें बताया गया, तो उसको भी ड्रॉप नहीं करना है। तो यहाँ पे इस तरह से बताया कि ये जो स्पिरिचुअल मार्ग है, जिस मार्ग पे हम लोग चल रहे हैं, वशिष्ठ मुनि बताते हैं, वो विचार, वो पुस्तक का मार्ग ही तुम्हें यह रियलाइज करवाएगा कि ये दृश्य जगत मिथ्या है। बोलते वेदांत के सिद्धों में भी इसको बताया गया। तो बोलते फिर वो क्यों इतना डिफिकल्ट लगता है? बोलता है जब तक तुम तुम्हारा आउटवर्ड वर्ल्ड में अटके रहोगे, जब तक तुम ये जो विषय रूपी जो तुम्हारे है ना उसमें फंसे रहोगे, जब तक तुम ये काम क्रोध लोभ मद मोह मत्सर और तुम्हारा सेंस ऑफ टच है, जो सेंस ऑफ हियरिंग है, ये जो उससे उत्पन्न होने जो विषय है, इनमें तुम फंसे रहोगे और समझने का प्रयत्न करोगे कि ये मिथ्या है, तो वो बोलते वर्क नहीं होगा। इट विल देन टेक इवन अ लॉन्गर टाइम, और ज्यादा समय लगेगा। तो इसीलिए गुरुदेव बताते हैं कि विषयों को त्याग करो, इसको त्याग करके पहले अंदर आओ, पहले ठहरो, बहिर्मुखी छोड़कर अंतर्मुखी हो, तब जाके इसका धीरे 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 अनुभव तुम्हें होने लगेगा, तो वही तुम्हें लिबरेशन मोक्ष की तरफ लेके जाएगा। यह अध्यात्म का मार्ग, उसी अध्यात्म के मार्ग पे चल के हम लोग इस चीज को आगे बढ़ा रहे, ऐसे वशिष्ठ मुनि हमें यहाँ पे समझाते हुए देखते हैं। तो यही पे फिर हम लोग रुक जाते हैं, आपके लिए इस सत्र को खोल देते हैं। इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस, if you'd like to say something about it, you are welcome to contribute, or if you have any questions, please do ask questions. We will take it up, and then let us remove all the questions also. If you can discuss them, it will be very good. और तो यार मैं अनम्यूट का ऑप्शन खोल लेता हूँ, आप अनम्यूट करके खुद ही बात कर सकते हैं।
Thank you, Someshwarji, for explaining it so well and so clearly. I don't think anybody would have any doubts. So we should all share something what we experience from all that, Our takeaway points will always remain with us, when we talk over here. That is the way it is, I feel. So I would really love to take, go ahead, take the thread from that picture that we saw. Hi, Usha. How are you? Yeah. So the picture was so beautifully explained, We saw the stimuli of different, the stimulus actually was shown in the picture. Yeah, the movie that we saw. So the taste always stimulates the tongue. And the music, if you hear the music, your ears are it is a stimuli for the ears. And the sight, whatever you keep on seeing, it is the stimuli for the eyes, right? You agree with me? Yeah. But what is the stimuli for the soul? So that is what we are going to see. So we saw all this, and they are all on the circumference, on the surface of the body level. See your tongue, ears, eyes, all on the surface. But what is that? That gives you the stimuli of the soul. So that is what we are going to see. So, humans are all very much privileged because they can host the knowledge. They have the capacity to hold that knowledge, and they are hosting the creator, actually. If you see, the next to God is what? Human only, no? Isn't it? We are the ones, actually. So the underprivileged are those people, those who do not realize all this, and they keep on going. Yeah, and they go towards the negatives more. That is what it is. And the only purpose of this body that we have got over here is what? The only purpose is to come back to the source. From this body only we can go to our own self, that is the source. And how beautiful is it, no? Our body, it's made up. And how can we cherish it? How can we, create some things that is so beautifully we can do it if we really use it in the right way and create that divinity around us. That is most important. That what are you creating around yourself? So we can create a divinity. So now what happens? How does the soul stimulate? It is that when the love arises, that stimulates your soul. So what happens? And what happens when your body is stimulated? Now see, all these ears and eyes and all what we saw, the body was stimulated, right? So that gives you the pleasure, which is very much temporary, isn't it? But temporary pleasure also gives you a glimpse of yourself. It is like a sample, a sample. If you have a sample and a whole thing which is there. So these pleasures, which are temporary, they touch upon the surface of the body and give you that pleasure, which is a temporary one. But it has a glimpse of self. But how can you have the glimpse of self? When that love arises. So what happens then when the love arises? It is, you have a sense of belongingness, expansion. There's an expansion in yourself when the love arises. You can that with that sense of belongingness, you can touch upon many of them. That is the main thing. It is over the whole creation that you can have that expansion. And your big self, that lordship comes up, and that lordship is with the whole limitless powers, infinite siddhis, what you call, and everything, you get it over there, right? That effectiveness and that successful, what you want to be, everything comes up from that lordship. That is that. And that leads you to the complete blossoming. So the stimuli of the soul gives you the complete blossoming within yourself. That is the main thing. And then what happens? There are beautiful flavors like, enthusiasm, love, compassion, truth, all this, they start dawning. So that is what you come to know. When the soul is stimuli, all these start dawning. And you become a master of your own situations, your own circumstances, which are there in front of you. And of course, you can make a life into a celebration. So that is what it is. So from the temporary, we move to the permanent happiness. That is stimulating your soul. You get a permanent happiness and you become free from all the negatives, all the harmful tendencies, and you be in your love, joy. That is your real nature, isn't it? So with this short one, I hope you got it, what I want to say. Yeah. Yes, Shaji.
Yes,
You are the
say
best one.
something or should ask something.
Any questions? Anybody who didn't follow this, I can, if you have any questions, you can. Yeah. Or Usha ji will explain us what she got from this. You explained it so well, Usha ji. Unmute yourself, no? Just let me hear it from you.
Yes, I think it's important for, you explained it beautifully, and it's important for me to realize the teachings from the book. You take these and you take these out into the world, and you bring yourself is changing. What I mean is, with your knowledge, things that you didn't know before. So you can take yourself out into the world and be a better person and help more people and be more of a positive presence and be happier yourself. So thank you.
That's what it says. You can spread the divinity around you. Means wherever you are, the divine energy you can spread. That is that love, like a lamp. A small lamp, wherever you take it in the whole of the darkness. But that still that lamp will give you that light, no? Isn't it?
Right.
So,
and what is absolutely astounding to me is that this book was written so long ago, and yet it coordinates and collaborates this information that science is just, working with and just knowing now. It's just astounding.
Absolutely, it's really amazing, Usha ji.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we also have Sanjay ji, Sachin ji, Neelu ji, Mamta ji, Ananga ji with us. If you'd like to say a few words or if you have any question, please unmute yourself and you'll be able to talk. Unmute option is made available. You can unmute yourself. आप खुद ही अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं। हाँ नीलू जी बोलिए।
I'm always amazed that after the knowledge, all of you are able to explain it so well and simplify it. With me, it's a little different. Hearing any knowledge, actually, I don't feel like it's like from words into silence. I like to sit back and contemplate and understand it within. Explaining it out, I feel if I haven't experienced it or felt it, or in the sense walked through it myself, then it's just theory for me. And I would believe, like Ushaji said, that go into the world and spread it. That could, I guess, only happen if you experience it and you walk that. And every day of your life, it becomes your second nature. And there's no effort in it. It becomes effortless. That I think then is knowledge. This is my view. So when I find it amazing, and I think it's a talent that Someshwarji, you can explain it like this. If I'm asked to explain it, I actually don't even understand so much of it. I just know it as a theory, like what you said. But till I look into it and experience it and keep thinking about it and mulling it in my mind, it will be just words for me. And so when you tell me to, to share, I'm not able to, because I feel very silent at this point when I hear some knowledge. So that is my way of assimilating it.
You're really, really being so humble, Niluji. You actually spoke so good. You could express yourself so well now, whatever you are feeling. So it's very nice, actually. Sometimes, yes, I definitely agree with you that certain things cannot be expressed because we cannot express our love fully. We cannot express this knowledge so fully. And even the science is now acknowledging that it's not that easy to explain the divinity. It's not easy that to explain this creation of that thing, that nothingness. No? It is not so easy to explain that ultimate observer which is observing all these things. No, but it's like we are knowing little bit more about it. We are unfolding that petals, no, slowly and gradually. So even science, the quantum physics, quantum mechanics, they have also now started acknowledging these facts. No, so it's so amazing to go through it. So it's just a discussion that we do here. We just try to be in that. Implement that knowledge which has been told by Yoga Vasishtha here to be in the sadhu sangati, to be with the company of the good people. So the people like you, Ushaji, Sangeeta, Sachin, when you all come together, that sangha happens, that team is formed, and then that knowledge sharing is there, no? That knowledge exchange.
Of course, I absolutely, from my past, from whatever, I am actually a trainer and I'm used to talking. But over the years, thanks to Guruji finding me, I have become, I feel very simple in my thoughts. I can't now think complicated. I just follow, I just believe that I have to be simple and live my life like that and just be myself. And that's what Guruji has given me inside of me with his grace. And it took me, it's a long journey from complicated to simple. People go from simple to complicated, but I love this, that it's like just being what I don't understand it. And I'm okay with it. I'm just happy that I live in that, that grace. And I think I'm a happier person. And people around me, therefore, are happy because of that.
Yeah. So it is said now what Nilji is trying to tell us here. See, there are those two paths of living this life or this knowledge. Is that one is that Parashakti. Parashakti is the one which directly comes from the source. So we all are fortunate to have Guru in our life. So he is giving us that direct source of knowledge. In a very, very simplified manner. So if you find now, whenever we speak all this thing, why we came always refer people, okay, the art of playing chords, do this. Because whatever the knowledge we are discussing here, It is a direct practical implementation of the same thing in a very simplified manner is what we get in Art of Living courses. Don't you all agree, those who have experienced this? Yes? Yes, great. So that is what happens. So this direct knowledge which is coming from Parashakti is a direct source of knowledge. And then there's another path that we can take is called as something called as Aparashakti. So this Aparashakti is what? This Aparashakti is formed another two paths. The one path goes through your Shruti and the other part goes through your Smriti. So these are Shrutis and Smriti. If you Guru Puja, you say Shruti, Smriti, Purana, and all this Purana and all that. So then even in this Shruti also it says that there are those all four Vedas comes into picture. No? Now it has been said that if you really want to understand this, for one Veda to go through it, to even study it, it takes 12 years. To implement that in your lifetime and actually practically do it, it takes 120 years. 120 साल लग जाते हैं. वेद, एक वेद को पढ़ने के लिए 12 साल लगते हैं, उसको समझने के लिए और इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए 120 साल लगते हैं. Just to complete 4 Vedas, it will take 5 lifetimes. If you are able to live for 100 years. No? And then after that, then there are two these scriptures said Ramayana and Mahabharata. The Mahabharata gives us Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana gives us Yoga Vasishtha, and it's all comes under that thing. And then Smriti wala part, if you take, then all those Upanishad comes, all those Puranas comes, and all those other things, scriptures, Ashtavakra Gita and all these things, Niyama, Ashtavakra Gita, then your Patanjali Yoga, and all that comes. So if you see this knowledge, it will take n number of lifetimes to even go through it and practically implement it. So when Niluji said that, okay, I am there with the master had made my life complex to simple, I could so relate it. It is so beautifully explained by Niluji that look, this path is of a Aparashakti path. Probably it will take so much of time for you to understand. Just Gurudev ki. जो गुरु वचन कहते हैं, all this Guru Vakya, the teachings of master, if you just implement that in your life, you are done. At the same time, it is also a good idea. Why would Kashi Bhaiya read all this thing? Why would Kashi Bhaiya become a Pandit and spend 25 years of his life in going through all these Vedas and studying all these things? Why that is required? So bolte, this Aparashakti is also downloaded in you, and you must do your Purushartha. You must keep on doing your thing also to keep on walking on Arjit karne ke liye, because whatever the impressions are there, it's a good idea to wipe out, create those new sanskaras in us. So that's why it is important. So when we come together like this, discuss a thing, even apparently today, it appears as very complex thing, something which is very, very rational, something which is completely beyond our own logic or understanding. Here Vasishtha is telling us, Vishnu Muni is telling to Rama exactly the same thing. Look, I'm telling you something that this entire world is an illusion. You're not going to agree to me. You're not going to grasp it even today, immediately. It's not going to happen like that. And even the science is also telling us here that look, quantum physics says us that if I put this finger like this, it will go here. Right now it's stopping, right? Quantum physics will tell you your finger will go like this and it will pass through it. Will you accept it? It is such a rational thinking that we have learned science and we have been believing so much, it is so solid, and my finger will not cross it. We have so much believed it that sanskara is so much hard and become permanent with us. It becomes very difficult to understand this one. Exactly, quantum physics, quantum mechanics is exactly telling the same thing. And Gurudev has been saying this many number of times. If you believe the Guru Vachana, Gurudev says that you are not solid. Look, are you solid? You are fluid. You are entirely just a field of energy. गुरुदेव बार-बार बताते, बट वो जो बोलते हैं ना वन सेंटेंस, उसको समझने के लिए शायद ऐसे 5-5, 10-10 साल लग जाते हैं अपने को. It takes 15-16 sessions of Yoga Vasishtha to understand the one word that master spoke, to derive the meaning of it. So we have both the options open with us. Just follow the master saying, or then as you go, continue to walk on this journey, understand a little bit more about it. What do you all say? Yes, good. अपने पास सचिन जी भी है, अनघा जी है, संजय जी है, नेहा जी है. Would you like to say a few things, Sachin ji? And if anyone else has any question, yes, you can ask. See, ये discussion जो होता है ना, जब आप लोग थोड़ा सा व्यक्त करते हैं ना, तो it gives a literally different dimension. जैसे नीलू जी ने बताया ना, it gives such a good dimension, and all that parashakti and all that thing came into picture. No? So it's such nice, beautiful. Even though it's little bit, it's good to express.
Thanks,
Sachin ji,
Someshwarji,
go ahead.
for taking such an effort to explain principles through science and spirituality. Means it is just proving that this spirituality or the scriptures what we have and science is not contradictory, but in a way they are just going towards the same goal. So this is what in our Vedas also we started these questions. Who am I? Who have created this world? In Rig Veda, the start is only on based on these questions. Means all these creatures, who is God? All these questions were arise in the Rishi's mind at that time, and they came to one conclusion. See, our human life has limitations, and knowledge also has limitations, and there are so many branches of knowledge all over all in this world. So how one single individual can achieve this knowledge? So that question gave birth to a scientific study that there must be an underlying knowledge within all these scriptures, within all these sciences, which if we can get that knowledge, we will achieve the knowledge of everything. So from there, so you can see, they think how scientifically their minds are working and how they have devoted their life to come to this knowledge. And then they came to this Brahma and these things. So this is really beautiful. And but I think as Niluji has expressed, we should not be much bothered about all these things and these things. Whatever our Guru tells, we just need to follow that. I think complete surrender at the feet of the Master is the ultimate message. I would like to tell you one story about one king. The king was very good person, and he wanted to help all his people in his kingdom. And one day he thought that let's meet each and individual whoever wants to meet me and solve their personal problems. So what he did, he just discussed this idea with his minister. Minister told him, see, your idea is very good, but I think no one is really interested in meeting in you. King said, oh, why not? Let's see the fact whoever wants to meet me, I will solve his problems. So minister says, okay, we'll do that. So tomorrow, the next day announce that king will personally see each and every individual in his kingdom and solve his problem. And but what this minister does, he in the path kept various things like pearls, diamonds, and some good dishes, and all these things in this path. And everything, lavish things, all dances and all these movies, everything he kept it. And then king found that no one is coming to see me, because all these peoples were indulged in this, getting diamonds, watching this, eating sweets and everything, and everyone was enjoying these things. And only a small peasant, a farmer, came to see him. And then king gave him whatever he wants, and he. So this story just gives one conclusion. The king is itself Atmagyan, or you can say our true nature or the knowledge of that. And all these pearls, and you can see the sweets or everything, all the attractions, are just the various sciences or knowledge which stimulates our brain, which stimulates our intellect, which stimulates our mind, or which distracts us from going to the ultimate. Because if we meet the king, you will resolve all your problems. If you go into the petty things like these siddhis or these attractions or something, you will miss the great chance of meeting the king. So that's why you see lots of things, and people are not much really interested in going towards meeting their own selves. So that's what I just want to say. Thanks.
Very beautiful insights, Sachinji. See, these are the same people. If you just unwind yourself, go back in the history, not so far, just 20, 25 days back. And when the thing came that, okay, let's start a new group, let's start talking about Yoga Vasishtha, let's talk about something. Many people came forward, हम लोग उसके लायक नहीं हैं. We will not be able to talk. We do not have that understanding of Yoga Vasishtha. How can we able to talk about it? And look, just 20 days. And look how Sachinji is talking here. Sachin, all his matured understanding of in-depth understanding about spirituality is so obvious here. No, तो गुरुदेव कहते हैं कि अपने आप को जज नहीं करना कभी. Do not judge yourself. Do not label yourself that I do not know. It's a good idea to be humble, but never ever. If you become a teacher now, they will give you one booklet, and that booklet said, "Walk like a king, but be a perfect servant." Never ever label yourself as great or I'm not going to do it. I'm not. If you just walk on this path, do the Guru Puja course, you'll know the story of this person. Even Sachinji, I guess, mentioned it once. There is a person called Tamtrotika. No, listen to the story of that. How that person who was not so wise or not so intelligent, but he could still talk the glories of the divine knowledge, which even other could not talk. So when you think that I am Sachin, I am Someshwar, I am Nilu, and I will not be able to do it. Any such understanding is actually that ego. You're feeling separateness from the master. That I am something different from the master. But the moment you get to realize, if not realize, fake it till you make it. You say that I am the same divinity. The master is the same master within me. And then you come here, you surrender yourself, and every word that will flow through your mouth will be his only. And it has been seen that even the words that come out of you in such a state of consciousness even becomes true. इसीलिए बोलते हैं ना, वो सिद्धीज आ जाती है कि do not say any bad words. No, आपके मुख से निकलने वाले शब्द न लोगों के लिए श्राप बन जाते हैं. No, you are the one curse that will come out of your mouth will become a reality to us, because you are all walking on this path, you are all meditating. It's very important. No, so just make yourself free from anything. आप जाओ, आपके पास जो ज्ञान है ना, it is to be distributed. Any skill, not just the knowledge I'm talking. Any skill that you have, you are engineer, you are doctor, you are grihini, you are making your food for your kids. All that knowledge, all that abilities in being showered upon this divinity by Guru on you is just to be shared with everyone. It's not to be kept with you. It's just to be shared. So go and share. You will one day you will all.
Add one thing here. What you have told. It is a proverb. It is said that the greatest failure is the dying with your abilities unexplored in the grave.
Wow. Such a beautiful saying now. Don't wait till then. Just open up, go. What will happen? So what? Okay, you will fumble. You will do for a little bit of here. ऐसा कुछ तो हो जाएगा. Okay, people will ask you, what is this? Some very difficult terminologies. What does that mean? So what? If you don't know, okay, tell that I don't know. If somebody else know in the group, please share. Okay, no worries. I'll go. I'll see. Check it. I'll tell you tomorrow. What will happen? क्या हो जाएगा? ओके, लोग बोलेगा अरे इसको तो ये तो जानता ही नहीं है, इसने तो खुद भी पढ़ा नहीं है ठीक से, सो व्हाट, let that all happen with us.
I just also want to highlight, see, we are not here to impress anyone about with our knowledge or these things. We are just following, we are all the sadhaks. It is just a study group. So means this all knowledge itself means can be a stumbling block in our achieving our own enlightenment. If you see great masters like Ramakrishna Paramahansa or something, he never went to any school, never university or anything, but at his feet there were all professors, doctors were coming to see him. So this knowledge, I think, if you just be simple, or what Niluji has told, just if you follow the Guru's path, or everything will fall upon you. So we just need to be humble and simple in our approach. Never go into complexities or these things. That means you are getting the pulse and not meeting the king.
Very nice. Same thing, no? This all the school of thoughts, different school of thoughts. One school of thought will tell you, "Hey, forget about all this knowledge. It's all, you don't need this. You just be in Shraddha, follow the Bhakti mark." Another school of thought, oh, leave all these things. You just do your karma. If you do your karma right, you will be there. Then yeah. So there is another school of thought which will say, see, just by you doing all this bhajan only, Kirtan, it's not going to happen to you. Come on, you got to get into knowledge. The knowledge is the only thing. Here Yoga Shishta is telling, knowledge is the only thing that will take you. Even in Yoga Shishta, there is not too much of element of bhakti is explained here. But if you go to Narad Bhakti Sutra, there that Uddhava, which is so knowledgeable, when he goes to those gopis in Vrindavan, they say that, come on, keep your knowledge with yourself. We are just enjoying the presence of Krishna here. All these knowledge is, we don't require it. So these are all different school of thought. These are Bhakti Marga. But Gurudev कहते हैं, Gurudev बोलते हैं कि you got to use all three of them. They go hand in hand. Do not make them fight. Don't fight among these three school of thoughts. Niluji, please proceed.
In the Shiva Sutra, it is said that Tarak, the difference between like Tarak, Kutark, and then leading to Vitark. So I think that all these Vedas and all these, the knowledge is also like, it takes out the Kutark of some of the people. It leads them from, or the very Tarak, the ones who are very scientific, who need theory, who need a lot of like words. So for them, it's very helpful. And for some who have that Kutark always doubting, they need to also read and understand and maybe then contemplate. There's a vichar, like you said, introspect or vichar. Maybe that will trigger that. Maybe it will just leave that to get out of that negativity. And maybe one day leave them to the vitark, means to take them to just acceptance of that special knowledge.
Absolutely. And the purpose of all these things is just to be devoted towards Master. That Master is there with us, and once one connects to the Master, knowledge will automatically flow. वो अंदर ही छुपा होता है, वो अपने आप ही जो थोड़ा होता है ना, तो जो अज्ञान के जो बादल होते हैं उसको थोड़ा मिटा दो, तो फिर वो ज्ञान तो है ही सबके अंदर. It's all there within us. That will be awakened. That divinity within will be awakened within. Such a beautiful thing. We have Neha ji also with us, Sanjay ji also very patiently waiting and listening. Would you like to say a few words, Neha ji, Sanjay ji, Annaga ji? Unmute yourself, you can speak.
गुरुजी बोलते हैं कि आप भगवान की पूजा करते हैं, वो भगवान को प्लीज करने के नहीं, खुद को प्लीज करने के लिए करते हैं. और तो भी हम लोग गुरु वंदना, गुरु पूजा कोर्स करते हैं. ये है कि हम लोग प्लीज हो जाते हैं. दूसरा पर्पस क्या है?
हाँ, तो यही होता है. गुरुदेव अक्सर बोलते हैं ना कि दिस इज अ डिवाइन क्वालिटी टू अप्रिशिएट. हाँ, क्या कहा जाता है ना कि जब हम लोग ग्रैटिट्यूड में होते हैं ना, तो ग्रैटिट्यूड से ग्रेस अपने अंदर फ्लो होती है ना. if you have done the art of living, इसके बारे में
Yes.
करते हैं, तो बोलते हैं जब अपने अंदर का ग्रेटिट्यूड बढ़ता है तो अपने आप फिर अपने अंदर फ्लो होती है. तो ये जो पूजा वगैरह है, जो भी हम लोग करते हैं, वो क्या है एक्चुअली? वो इट्स एक्सप्रेस gratitude. What we are trying to
Gratitude.
do in puja, yeah. So what we try to do in puja, we offer flowers. What is the meaning of offering flower here? No, pu means that puja. Pu means that fullness. The one thing which comes out of fullness is the puja. So we say, oh, nature is so beautiful. It has given me so much. No, it has given this Prakriti is so kind on me. It has given me so much. Just as an expression of gratitude, as a token of appreciation, I am offering the flower to you. Look, this divinity is so kind enough. No, it has given all Surya Prakash and the sun. It has given just my gratitude. I am showing that diya. No, that little wax and all that. We just show.
Huh.
So good enough thing. It has given me so much good sense. No? All those flowers and all this own sugandha and good sense. So I'm just offering that little bit of dhoop just to do that. No? It is just basically your greatness, gratitude towards the divinity. That is what is puja.
Divinity. धन्यवाद.
Yeah, संजय जी, नेहा जी कुछ बोल रहे थे. अनम्यूट कर लगे. हाँ.
ऐसा विचार आता है मेरे मन में कि अनुभव से ऐसा मैंने देखा है कि डीपेस्ट पेन हमको कौन देता है? हम जिसको ज्यादा सबसे ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट और लव करते हैं वही डीपेस्ट पेन देता है, और फसवणूक भी वही करता है जिसको हम बहुत ट्रस्ट करते हैं सबसे ज्यादा. तो उनके बारे में अगर गुस्सा आया और गलत विचार आए तो तुरंत विचार हमारे मैनिफेस्ट होने लगते हैं ना, तो वो हमारा कर्म बन जाएगा, ऐसा मुझे डर लगता है. तो और दूसरा ये कि जब भी मैं मेडिटेशन में अगर वो याद आया तो वो एकदम ऐसा बड़ा बड़ा होके दिखने लगता है मुझे. तो मुझे डर लगता है कि ऐसे मीन्स नहीं, क्या मालूम वो उन्होंने हमको फंसाया, वो हमारा ही कर्म रहेगा कभी किसी जन्म का या तकलीफ दिया वो. तो मीन्स ऐसे विचार नहीं आने चाहिए, और विचार आते हैं तो भगवान से मैं माफी मांगती हूँ, माफ करना, क्या मालूम ये मेरा कर्म है कि उनका जो है वो भगवान देख लेगा. क्या ये सही है क्या? ऐसा मुझे लगता है. क्लियर.
हाँ, तो देखते हैं कि नेहा जी क्या पूछ रही है यहाँ पे. बेसिकली नेहा जी इज आस्किंग here that many times it happens, the one who are near and dear to us, those who give us love or those who give happiness, it often found to be they are the same people who will give you the sorrow also. So yes, this is absolutely true. ऐसे ही होता है कि the same object which will give you pleasure, after some time if you keep on overdoing it, the same thing will give you dukkha also. It is the same sweet or the same gulab jamun which gave you so pleasure while eating first one, and you keep on eating, and by the time you reach 10th and 12th and 15th, the same gulab jamun you'll say, I don't want this. Oh, and if somebody stuff it in your mouth and the 50th one, you'll say, I hate this sweet, I hate this gulab jamun, because now somebody has forced on you. See, isn't it the same thing happens with people also? What we try to do, we demand love. What we try to do with them, relationship, no, we try to control them. What, I want to get rid of you. No, how these things happen? It's just because we have not properly understood this love. It's just because we have not understood that whatever is kindled, it actually within us, not their external. No, either people or object or the situation. No, all these things are mother and father in the form of your DNA. There's so much of intelligence that directly comes to you. No, does anyone taught us how to drink a mother's milk? No, it directly came. That knowledge came. No, certain knowledge comes direct, no, through this DNA, through this creation. And there are certain things that we create as an impression. So that is what is called as even this artificial intelligence. If you see, that is what they are trying to implement it in technology now, AI, artificial intelligence is very buzzword today. Neurons connecting to each other, and those neurons storing those chemical are nothing but your memories, nothing else. There's nothing called as memory as nothing. It's just that. So according to medical science, I'm telling you, there could be another viewpoint, another school of thought. What happens when such things happen, whatever Neha ji has said, what is science is trying to explain us, and which spirituality also saying the same thing, that when we go through these experiences in our life, the experience of anger, the experience of love, these chemicals start get formed. And then they are called neuropeptides if you see the medical language. And those every emotion is corresponding over a prolonged time, 10, 15 years, 25 years, 30 years. Now they have made them. Your brain's neurons is formed, their network is already formed, those chemicals are already formed. Now what is happening? The same people come in front of you, they trigger the same thing, same experience, and same way you tend to feel very depressed, same way you tend to feel very happy, same way you tend to feel aroused, same you tend to feel taste. If the object is there, sweet comes to you, the same emotions arise you. So it's just those chemicals, and that is if you see it from a spirituality perspective, it's called as sanskara. No, we tell no, oh this person is there, iski sanskari aise bolte hain. No, he's been born and brought up like that. What do we really mean by that? Over a period of time, he has been understood the things, he has been reacting to the same situation, object, people, and situation in the same manner. It has become firm in him. Those impressions, these are all called impressions, formed in your memory in the form of chemicals. If you understand it in medical science, usi ko sanskar honte. And that is the reason when the similar situation again happens to your life. That is what that movie it was showing. All these people, it has become their pattern. See, it has become their pattern. When they come across that, they will behave like that. If a foodie person comes across a food, he will tend to behave like that. He would like to eat more and more. And the mind wants unlimited, but the body has limited capacity, which is Sachina also pointing today. No? So this understanding will open up some new doors to the reality, because this is real. This is what is happening, right? So it will open up to doors to this new understanding. And then over a period of time, you will know now all my karmas, all my pushat, which I'm going to do, my 100% now onwards can have a potential to wipe out those sanskaras, wipe out those impressions, the negative impressions. And you will go into positive. This is Niluni ji ne बताया ना, I want to be simple, I'm happy, I'm okay. See, this is very important transformation that has been expressed by her. So when one can have that, and over a period of time, that will form an impression on you. That will form a thing sanskara in you, and you will tend to be happy. Then you will not react in anger or in a negative emotion. It's such a beautiful transformation that happens with this understanding. What do you say, Neha ji? Is that okay? That helps?
Yes, thank you very much.
We also have Sanjay ji with us. Sanjay ji would like to say something.
बहुत अच्छा सत्संग हुआ है आपने सोमेश्वर जी ने
संजय जी आवाज नाही येत आहे तुमचा, ते थोडं मायक्रोफोन जवळ पकडलं.
तुम्ही सुरुवात केली, संगीता जी, सचिन जी, नीलू जी, प्रत्येकाने एक पार्ट, एक बात उठाई और इतना खूबसूरत लगा. आज सुनने में ही मजा है. हर बार बात ही करनी चाहिए ये भी जरूरी नहीं है. बहुत अच्छा लगा आज, क्योंकि हर एक पहलू उसमें तो उजागर होते चलता है. मूवी और उसके अलोंग साइंस विथ फिलोसॉफी, ये सब एक कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत बढ़िया लगता है. एक तो बस मतलब सिंप्लीफाइड किया नीलू जी ने, तो सबसे बहुत खूबसूरती से एक ही बात बोला, भाई गुरु के चरणों से अर्पण हो जाती, खत्म सब कुछ. इससे तो और आगे कुछ है ही नहीं. क्योंकि वही त्रोटकाचार्य का उदाहरण है, इसके बारे में वही है. ठीक है, जब वो सरेंडर हुआ तो उसको सब ज्ञान मिल गया. जो सब इंटेलेक्ट पे भरोसा करते थे उनसे भी वो आगे पा गए सब कुछ। मतलब यही तो बात है, सब कुछ ज्ञान है लेकिन उस पर स्टक नहीं होना है, उस पर अटकना नहीं। ज्ञान तो पाना है, बस मूविंग चलते रहना है। ज्ञान पाना भी है, कुछ समझता है तो भी ठीक, नहीं समझता तो और भी ठीक, इट्स ओके। कितना खूबसूरत है ना, सब कुछ अपने लिए। बट वेरी मच थैंकफुल टू एवरीबॉडी। ये जो सत्संग है ये बस शुरुआत है, आगे चलता रहे, बस ये अपेक्षा है। हम जो भी ग्रुप है स्टैब्लिश हुआ, बस चलते रहे, बस इतना ही चलना चाहता हूँ। हर रोज कुछ भी हो, वक्त पता नहीं, 8 बजे थे अभी 10 के ऊपर निकल गया, कब गया पता ही नहीं चला। इससे और खुशी की क्या बात हो सकती है। और सबसे पहले माइंड को सेटअप करना है, माइंड को कूल रखना है। तो माइंड को इतना चांस ही नहीं देना है कि वो स्कैटर्ड हो जाए, बस बिल्कुल नहीं। इतना कुछ सत्संग चलेगा जिंदगी में, क्या उसको चांस ही नहीं ना, उसमें बाय 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 कर कुछ नहीं होगा, बस उसमें तो चलेगा, गोल है, चलो आगे बढ़ते चलो।
Absolutely true. कितना बढ़िया है
थैंक
ना,
यू।
so
जय
amazing,
गुरुदेव।
very good day, so amazing,
खूबसूरत है, बस बस।
very nice.
Very good.
Very-
Very nice. And that was the stimuli of the soul. That is the satsang and the sadhana that we do. You know, that stimulates your soul. Then you get what Niluji is experiencing, you know. See, with the intellect only you will read this Yoga Vasisht, but we have to go beyond those 7 layers. Again, it's the same thing, isn't it? So it is taking you beyond that. And once you're connected to the source, then it is different then. But till then, let it be. It's good. Wherever you are, no, whatever position you are, it's always good. See, even if you go to the gym, you cannot build a muscle in one day. It's not possible, right? It's so simple, that logic. So here also, such a great transformation to happen. Of course, it is going to take time. But being here in this energy, in that one consciousness, takes you ahead. That is what. Very nice, Sanjay. You explained it so well. Yeah, good.
Okay, so it's already 10, 10, 11. Swalpiram Lilidhu, today we'll take a pause, not to stop it, just take a pause so that we can meet tomorrow and continue with all these sessions. No? Let's take a pause now. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.